Alright guys, I know this sounds a little bit crazy, but in today's video, we might be looking at the Grand Theft Auto 6 map, or at least a good chunk of it. There has been an insane leak that has been developing over the last 24 hours that actually proves another leak could be legit. And that all has to do with the Grand Theft Auto 6 map. So do you guys remember this a couple of years ago? It was a tweet that was put out on December 19th, 2018 by the Twitter account 1985. And I don't know if this Twitter account also posted this on a site like 4chan, but this is where it originated. And it was essentially two images. This was the first image right here. In the top left, you can actually see what looks to be like a sticky note or something like that. To me, it looks like it was taken on a computer monitor. And you can see that this looks like a Grand Theft Auto map. And at the time, we didn't know if it was for GTA 6 or whatnot. You guys can see there's this sort of like main island on the left-hand side, which is very clearly based off of Miami and Vice City. And then on the bottom right, you sort of have this other island right there. Now, what that would be, I'm not too sure, but that was the first image right there. And this was the second one as well, which instead of being like something you would take on your phone, this looks like it was a digital screenshot overlaid onto like an actual drawing that was made. So that's pretty cool right there. And that gave us a good idea on if this was legitimate, what the Grand Theft Auto 6 map was going to be. And it looked like it was going to consist of a giant main island, kind of like Grand Theft Auto 5, but then a bunch of smaller islands. That one immediately to the right, a couple a little further down, and then one really big one in the bottom right-hand corner. So again, those all came out on December 19th, 2018. And the only other image that came up before today was on October 9th, 2020 on a 4chan thread, which seemingly confirmed that the original post made on December 19th, 2018 was real. It was a close-up of that island down on the south. And you guys can see there that essentially on the coastline, you have these massive cities. This is the island in the very bottom right-hand corner. So when we got that post on October 9th, 2020, that seemingly confirmed that something was going on here, that not only did we get the first set of images, now this image comes out, were we getting bits and clues and pieces from the same leaker? And at the time, a lot of people were wondering, again, what exactly is this for? Is it for Grand Theft Auto 6? Is someone just making up this interesting leak? How can we prove this is real? And I guess there's no real way to prove that it's ultimately real. It was just getting a lot of traction. And as always with Grand Theft Auto leaks, you have to take them with a grain of salt, but as far as Rockstar and maps go, this would not be the first time in which a Rockstar Games map leaked years before the game came out. Remember Red Dead Redemption 2? And this image right here, this was posted on NeoGAF in 2016. And at the time, everyone else had the same concerns. Is it real? Is it fake? There's no way. The names don't make sense. Well, it turns out this, for the most part, at the end of the day, was the Red Dead Redemption 2 map. So you do have to take stuff with a grain of salt, but also be cautiously optimistic. And then that leads us to today. On the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, someone posted another image of that Vice City map leak, supposedly for GTA 6. And this is the image that we received today. This is a different screenshot, but of the same map. So how would something like that be possible? And it looks like it was almost taken with like the same phone on like the same sort of monitor from the same distance away. And it's very clear that this looks to be a recreation of Vice City, which that's been the rumor for a minute now, that we would be going back to Vice City in Grand Theft Auto 6. Starting from the top and working our way down to the bottom. On the top right, you can kind of see like the main part of Miami, which is really what we saw in the original GTA Vice City. And then working your way down, you can see some smaller towns. It's a little bit blurry, but it looks like there's some towns on the coast, maybe even a runway or two. And then at the very bottom, you kind of like the Florida Keys. That would be a really, really fun part to explore. So this map basically coincides with the previous map images that we have seen. And that's what makes this whole thing so interesting. Not just this picture right here, but this new photo shows new areas of the exact same map and of the exact same style. And I think this confirms that it's highly likely this leak might actually be real. And what we're looking at today is the Grand Theft Auto 6 map. And the more I think about it, I really am just like, damn, I wonder if this is. Could we be laying our eyes on the actual GTA 6 map? Now, playing devil's advocate here, there might be someone that is so dedicated to keep building and expanding a fake leak that they just keep going and going and going. And there's people out there that are that dedicated and also that talented to come up with these maps and create the photos for them and take them in the same like. But I really do believe we're looking at a RDR2 situation here. Again, everyone thought that that map was fake, but here we are. It turned out to be real. Now, the only difference here, the RDR2 map wasn't blurry. And the map also made sense. This map is blurry, and it also doesn't have any real artistic sense and styling regarding roads and shape, at least as far as how Rockstar's history has gone with creating maps. But maybe this is a very rough and early on design. The thing that jumped out to me was, holy smokes, there are so many roads. It is so detailed. Like Grand Theft Auto 5 has an incredibly detailed map, but it's obviously not to the same scale and size as real life Los Angeles. That just wouldn't be possible. This one, for whatever reason, did, which made things even more interesting. So I'm trying to be cautiously optimistic here, but something definitely looks off about it. Like, it just looks blurry, and the person who took it has that shaky hand, I'm taking a leak photo syndrome. Like, it's 2021, people. If you're going to leak something, at least get it in HD. This isn't like 2006 anymore. We have smartphones that have better cameras than some professional cameras. So I just don't know how that's possible. I can't imagine someone has to take it in a split second so it looks shaky. I think people are doing this on purpose to make it seem like they had to sneak out of their way in order to get this. I really don't know. So what's my bottom line here? I want this to be real because I do believe that not only going back to Vice City would be amazing, but the way this map has been recreated also looks amazing. I feel like Vice City obviously had one of the smallest maps because of the era it was created on. And I think now that Rockstar is on the current generation hardware and the fact that it's going to be 2021, 2022, 2023 before we see the game, I think they have a ton of capabilities as far as being able to create something ultra impressive here. But I also, at the end of the day, think it's too elaborate to be fake. And unfortunately, we really won't have the facts until the first footage of Grand Theft Auto 6 come out. But at this stage, I'm leaning this is all too elaborate to be fake. I just don't think that someone could create this on their own and have all these details match up. Everything is matching up perfectly. You would think eventually the leaker would do something wrong where the internet would be able to pick it apart. That hasn't happened yet. Everything about this map is starting to line up. So again, it really does make you wonder, are we looking at the Grand Theft Auto 6 map right here? But I will let you guys discuss that in those comments down below. What do you think of this? Do you think we're really looking at the GTA 6 map here? Or do you think this is just some giant elaborate fake? Let me know what you guys are thinking in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.